What's up, Ryan? So I just wanted to show you my tent design, document my first tent design. This boat didn't have a cover for the front, which made it impossible to camp if it's rainy, because you just end up catching water, which inevitably will start spilling into the cabin. So what I did is I needed to establish a high point out front here, and how I did that was I got a flagpole and I reinforced under the deck sloppily, but there's like an epoxied piece of wood and metal under here that joins it to the sides, because this is only 1/4 inch thick. So I've got a flagpole holder here, but I knew this wouldn't be enough to support all this tension that I was going to put on here. So I got a Dyneema line here, a non-stretch line, and a turnbuckle. So you put the flagpole in, you tighten down this turnbuckle, and now you have a high point you can tie in. And then back here I've got stretch lines. So I've got 3 over the top, and then I have some that go down to these corners. There's little eyelets here that you can clip into, pad eyes. And then this whole thing rolls down and goes into these really cheap snaps that I got. I've since learned that you need to do DOT fasteners like bronze. So everywhere it connects to the wood is just a snap, where I've just used like some tape to reinforce it. I know I need to sew webbing into those. And this is coated nylon, so it does sag when it gets wet. So I'm looking at seal poly. And probably for the fasteners up here, where it's like these are always on when the tent's on, I'm thinking about doing, are they called turn buttons, where it fits over it and then you turn the button to lock it in. So those are locked in. And for these, I'm actually thinking about going with stay tight, stay something, where they're like little bungees that pinch into the webbing that I'm going to stitch into here, and then those hoop around a little mushroom button. So I'll go to the other side and show you. So basically, when this is deployed, you unsnap like these bottom two, and then this furls up in a really attractive way where you can see out, but you still have good coverage from rain if it's not blowing. And I just use like clips like that, a bunch of clips like that. I wish I had better clips, but I've gone through a bunch of them. So my new plan, I basically outlined as sill poly, different fasteners. Like you can tell this is a cut up tarp. And I'm gonna have to get like my measures all right and decide, like, are we hooking here? Or since I can order a wider, see how this snap's failing. These are the shittiest ones you can buy on Amazon, and that's why. Are we attaching here? Are we going around here? Is that too much of a peak, or is that good? But I wanted to run it by you. You have a lot of design experience with fabric. I'm just pissed that you're not closer, because I think you could home run this. And I'm good at DIY, but this is intimidating for me, especially since it'll be like $80, $115 worth of material probably before all the attachment stuff, which I can reuse if I botch the sill poly. I can't show you the back because I don't have it set up, but to get a high point on the rear, I've got these 2 broom handles, and those fit into this so that they pivot, and it makes a nice little A-frame back here that again goes down to a non-stretch line, and then stretchy lines, shock cord bungees that I made that are all labeled. And this usually is like the bathroom area, so when we're camping we leave this set up so we have privacy. Here's our really fancy bathroom, very complicated series of buckets and bags. And also I like this design a lot too. There's like, I'm remarkably impressed at how well the skeleton works. I just basically need to change these so they're less saggy and more durable, and I'm not changing half the snaps in the system every single year, because that's where we're at. So yeah, dude, take a look. Give me thoughts if you have them. If not, no biggie. It looks like I'm gonna have to order 2 XL like 4 yards each, I think was the calculation, and then do that stitch that you told me to do with that foot that you told me to order when I ordered the wrong one, to do like a nice seam down the middle, tape the seam, and then it's a pretty straightforward shape after that. And I'm thinking that I'll do that. And oh yeah, I forgot to show you how this clips on. This just worked out perfectly. I have this clasp, I can't remember what these are called, and it just goes perfectly around this flagpole, and I get a nice connection, and that's attached to the tarp. I was going to redo this so all these were on one clip, because it's you have to keep them, the right ones go in the right spot, so that's kind of confusing, and it could just be like an octopus type thing where there's one with many connections. So those are my thoughts. Thanks for taking a look. All right, peace, buddy. Miss you.